Vicious vampire man. These blood-sucking monsters are a source of horror and inspiration for action novels, humor, or even erotica. This month we will draw a vampire on the days that I'm able. History knows me as Dracula, the son of the dragon. Historical by my peers, I was a war hero, but I'm more remembered by fixing all my problems on something long and sharp. I'm Vlad the Third of Valencia, but history remembers me as the Impaler. Welcome to the first episode of Vicious Vampire Month. I always wanted to say Headsighters Month, but Vicious Vampire Month. And we're starting, we're not even drawing a vampire, but the Count of Valencia, or Valencia, or okay, how you pronounce it, Vlad III, better known as Vlad Dracula, or in this case Vlad the son of the dragon, because that was the title of his father. Or more historical, Vlad the Impaler, because I just failed to say in the beginning he was much remembered by impaling people on wooden spikes, which is ironic because, well, or ironic. It sounds ironic because most vampires can be killed or at least immobiled by wooden stakes. Dracula is a name people can recognize when they know a few vampires, because, well, this is the person Count Dracula was based on. Well, much of the blood-sucking monsters, nothing new in folktales, but the more prevalent vampire stories started in the Victorian times, I believe. Maybe it could even be earlier than the Georgian, but Bram Stoker, overcase. I didn't look it up, so that's later. But like most stories, have revived in the Victorian era at the time. Most of the stories of King Arthur and Knights of the Round Table are also at that time rewritten. There are a lot of historical videos on YouTube about Vlad the Impaler, and well, I was surprised that he mostly was more vilified by the Victorian era than anything else, because, well, in his time he was mostly known as a crusader in the time that the crusades already have stopped. Yeah, so yeah, he was a hero by most Christians in this time, at least by royalty. The people who noticed what had happened. I was listening to a thing where I was drawing, and of course this is of course sped up, by at this time 5.58, 85. Sorry. Well, so in this case, drawing this took an hour, sadly. Sometimes drawings can take half an hour, but this was an hour. And it still takes forever. The time needed 10 minutes. Yeah. So yeah, what to say anymore? Well, the original Vlad the Third had a brother and was taken hostage by the Ottoman Sultan. And well, his brother became an ally. Vlad didn't. He didn't approve of the betrayal in this case, because yes, that was more betrayal than anything else. Because his father was summoned, he was arrested, his two sons were taken hostage, and he could go, but yeah. But yes, I think it was Mohammed the second at the time, but I'm bad at names. But the Sultan had much tolerance, because Vlad's father, Vlad the second, betrayed them back. When Vlad the Third came in power, he had three reigns. In this case, he was disposed by the Ottomans two times, and the last time he was assassinated. So, historical Vlad is often seen in Romania as a hero character. The Turks and most regions with Muslim, with a dominant Muslim population, of course see Vlad the Impaler as a villain. My personal opinion is that well, it's well harsh. I could understand the things there. In this case, the stories in earlier the 7th century, 17th century. So, he was also arrested by one of his allies, which was hard to explain and hard to justify, because well, he was seen as a hero by the whole religious circles at the time. But we're almost done. Yeah. Not much to say, but it's a person I don't want to met when I was living in that time. It could be quite ruthless. Well, yeah. If it wasn't ruthless, he probably died a lot sooner. Well, that was it. Hour out. Next time, the most famous count of them all.